Yo, what's up, everybody, man? This is Nick Frazier, Water Cooler Talk Podcast. I got my guy Tez with me tonight, man, and we talking Auburn running backs. Will we have 1,000-yard rush in 2025? Still to be determined, but we'll talk about it. Roll the intro. Let's go.
Going live.
With the coolest podcast.
The Water Cooler Talk Podcast. The coolest podcast.
In your ear.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man, giving us a little bit of your time, man, here around the Water Cooler on the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Again, my name is Nick Frazier, Water Cooler Talk Podcast, and we got our guy again back with us. Shout out to our guy Ted. Ted, what's going on with you, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Ready to end this year, bring in the new year.
Yes, sir, man. This is gonna be great, man. That's right, man. Happy New Year, or should we say Happy New Year Eve?
Right.
Okay, that's right. Happy
Yeah.
New Year Eve, because we still got about 4 hours left in this year or so. So
Right.
we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the Water Cooler, man. Thank y'all so much for joining us, man. As always, man, follow us on Twitter X at CoolersPod23. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on our Facebook page at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast Facebook, and of course, subscribe, like, and share the video if you enjoy the content, man, and hit the notification bell so you know when we post more videos and go live as well, man. Here around the Water Cooler Talk, man. Again, thank y'all so much for helping us reach 500 subscribers. Now we're on our way to 600. So continue to share it, continue to subscribe, continue to like, man, and we appreciate y'all so much again for rocking with us here around the Water Cooler here at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Let's get into it, Tez, man. Running back room at Auburn University. It is I don't know if this is deceptive running back room. I don't know how. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know how good this running back room is gonna be, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know. Like, I mean, because the thing about it is, like, you haven't seen enough of it on the field.
Right.
The potential that's there, you know that it potentially can be good. What are your thoughts on that, man? How you feeling about that?
I mean, I like the room. It's you got. So I guess the head of the room is what? Damari
Austin. Yeah.
Damari Austin is, in my opinion, a solid runner. Like I love that he gets north and south. He's had some trouble holding on to the football.
Okay.
So, and then we got Jeremiah, who, you put the graphic up, hadn't got too many touches. Who's gotten the most carries would be Darrell Robinson coming in. Well, collegiate carries, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't necessarily see a bell cow of a running back in this room.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with running back by committee, just based off of how I see the rest of the offense shaping up. I think this is a solid room to have to run like running back by committee. I think you got a little bit of everything. You got, Damari, who can honestly be an every down back, I think, for a couple teams in the SEC if you wanted to.
I agree.
Jeremiah Cobb, who's great size and speed combination.
Agree.
Darrell Robinson, who's a big kid, short yardage back, and then Alvin Henderson, who's got speed to give away, electric running back. So like you kind of got a mixture of all of them, mixture of all different styles in there. So that kind of tells me that they're going the running back by committee route, which is to be expected because I think we're gonna pass the ball around a little bit.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next thing. So basically, with the way that you think the offense is going, will we see a feature back? Will there be a feature back in this offense with Auburn? Will there be that Jarquez Hunter type guy? Will there be that Arnell Williams? Will it be that Kerryon Johnson type guy in this offense? I personally don't see it. I don't. Do you have people capable of doing it? Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the problem is, does Hugh Freeze, does this offense philosophy? Does it cater towards giving the running back enough carries, enough touches to be able to hit that 1,000-yard mark? Because I tell you this, in that Kentucky game, I will continuously say this. In the Kentucky game, I honestly believe that if Brock Vandagriff did play in the second half in that Kentucky game, Jarquez Hunter would not have had that many rushing yards in that game. The reason why I say that is because the dude's name escapes me all the time. The backup quarterback for them, for Kentucky at that time.
I can't remember his name.
His first 6 pass attempts, he went 0 for 6 in the second half. And I think he played the whole second half. And so I guess Hugh Freeze was like, well, he's not a passing threat. They're not gonna be able to get back in the game. Let's just keep giving it to Jarquez Hunter. And as you saw, kept giving it to him, he started busting off long runs, like started getting really runs down the field. But with the way that a lot of people feel, I think a lot of people feel that way that Hugh Freeze in this offense is going to be throwing the ball around a lot going forward. So if you had to pick between this right here, as you can see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 2024 stats of what, as of right now, is the running back room in Auburn. Right now, this is what the room looks like. Mari Austin, Jeremiah Cobb, Darrell Robinson, who's a transfer from UConn, and then Alvin Henderson, who last year broke the Alabama High School Athletic Association rushing record. 10,930 yards rushing all time in high school. If you had to pick one of those guys, who would you have more faith in right now to be the number one back in this offense?
The number one back. I don't know. Like, this is gonna sound crazy, but Darrell Robinson.
Okay. That doesn't sound crazy at all. That's actually a pretty logical answer. But I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
Why do I say Darrell Robinson? I think that he'll be the number one option because he's had the most collegiate experience. And he's likely the best in pass pro. And if you can pass pro, I think we're gonna see like a lot of 4 wide receivers. I think ultimately what Hugh Freeze wants, I know we talk about running backs, but I think ultimately what Hugh Freeze wants to do is to get Cam Coleman, Perry Thompson, Malcolm Simmons, and Eric Singleton on the field at the same time.
Of course.
And because of that, the running back is going to have to be pretty good at blitz pickup and pass pro.
Okay.
And usually the guys who've had to do it the most, who got more in-game experience, are better at it. That person is Darrell Robinson. He's a bigger back. So I think he's on the field a little bit more than the rest of them.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna go. My pick was gonna be either between Darrell Robinson or Jeremiah Cobb. And I was gonna pick Jeremiah Cobb because I think Jeremiah Cobb is a better, with the way that we think the offense is going to go. I think that Jeremiah Cobb is a better pass catcher out of the backfield than anybody else on this list. So I think having him there gives you an extra receiving option coming in this offense, to where hopefully if there was, some type of check down in this offense for a quarterback, if you have a hot read coming towards you or something like that, he could be the hot read. He can get you the ball, and in space, he's very crafty and he can shuck and jive, whatever the word is, in space. Right. So it was either going to be between Jeremiah Cobb because of that, and then of course Darrell Robinson because of the experience that he had playing in collegiate football this past season, and he got 3 years. And he got 3 years of eligibility left.
Yeah, I think if either Damari or Cobb, if they excel at like blitz pickup and pass pro, it's like their job to lose, because I think that Cobb is too dynamic to keep off the field.
Agree.
Right. And we know what Damari brings. Hopefully we'll see a lot of third and shorts. Damari is the kind of running back to get those plus some. I just think that, honestly, whatever running back excels at pass pro is who's going to get the most touches. But I think this running back room, honestly, I think they're going to be dynamic. They might not pick up a lot of yards, but when they touch the ball, I think that they're going to gas some teams.
I hope so, man. I mean, the only thing is like with the two guys that's coming back, you didn't really see much of that in the past 2 seasons at Auburn with them. So I don't know if people are more hesitant because of that, because they don't know what they're getting with them. But
Right.
I think that Damari Austin or Jeremiah Cobb could easily uh be a starter at any other school in the SEC right now.
Mm.
If I could think, if I had to pick right now, where could they go? I think Arkansas could be an option. I think they could probably go to Missouri, Texas A&M,
Mm.
Vanderbilt,
Right.
Kentucky, South Carolina. I think those 5 schools that they could actually go and be productive at those schools right now. So, but like I say, man, I'm leaning more towards Darrell Robinson, man, just because of the experience and just by knowing what Hugh Freeze likes. Well,
Right.
that's the you can debunk that too because, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think just because I know what Hugh Freeze likes experience. So he may
Yeah.
Darrell Robinson may end up getting a lot of carries in this offense more than we
Yeah.
think. So we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at the chat, man. Let's see what's going on, man. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Jonathan Taylor came in earlier today, man. He said, no, Auburn will not have another 1,000-yard back. I don't think Auburn will have a number 1 back. And instead treated like the Lions running back by committee, and both Austin Robinson and Cobb will get all the chances. Okay. So a lot of running back by committee we see going on here, man. Shout out to Auburn Dad for Life, man. He said, War Eagle, man. Happy New Year to my AU fam, man. Happy New Year's to you too as well, man. Jonathan came back and said, War Eagle, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to you, man. Shout out to King Richard, War Eagle, man. Henderson will get in those carries also. So, okay, do you think Alvin Henderson gets a run this year?
I think we see him in some packages.
Really?
Yeah, I think maybe he'll. Well, we got 4 games, right? So they got 4 games. So I expect him to see at least see him get some touches, maybe on like some speed sweeps or something like that. Not a lot to put him in harm's way. That's just if this room stays healthy, of course. But I don't see him like turning around handling the ball and him being the lead back this year.
Do you think it's possible that he has a prominent role in the return game? Could he possibly be return game? Because Jeremiah Cobb has been on kickoff return, I believe, like the past year. This past season, he definitely was.
Could be. I think Malcolm Simmons has one of those spots locked up.
Okay.
I just think you got to try to get this guy the ball as much as you can.
Yeah.
So that other guy, it could be Henderson. But do you want to burn the red shirt for kickoff return?
That's a good question too. That's actually good. That's actually a pretty good analysis. I mean, you got 4 games, so could you put him in? Okay, so could you put him in? Let's say South Alabama. Could you put him in the Mercer game? Could you put him in? The Ball State game just to get him some game action. And maybe put him in one SEC game just so he can get the game action. He get 4 games, and then maybe he still get to keep his red shirt. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting state there. King Richard on Henderson actually getting some run this year. That'll be interesting to see. He said, don't think we'll have 1,000-yard rusher, but 3 800-yard plus rushers is interesting. Shout out to Auburn Dad for Life. So if you had to pick, he said 3 800-yard rushers. If you had to pick, which 3? I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure we know it'll either be Damari, Jeremiah, or Darrell.
If we get 3 800-yard plus rushers in this season, this offense is going to look completely different from what I'm envisioning in my head.
Okay, because you expect Hugh Freeze to throw this thing across the field, especially with
So 3 800 plus rushers. That's what 2,400 yards on the ground.
24, yeah. 21 yards, and not including what
Jackson Arnold
exactly.
That is going to be, that's like service academy level,
basically.
I think he meant passers though. I meant receivers maybe.
Okay,
because I think that we'll have 3 800-yard receivers.
Really?
I could see that happening. I think that's more the goal than having a 1,000-yard rusher.
I got you. How shout out to Huggy Beard, man. Yo, what's good? What's good, Huggy Beard? Hope everything is good, man. The original cookie crumbler. Shout out to you, man. He said, Warriors, happy new year, man. Looking at our running back room, I see maybe 500 to 600-yard rusher. And maybe another 400-yard rusher, but a lot of catches for our running back. See, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we probably end up having like I'm thinking like you could possibly have a running back that has like 500, 600 yards rushing, 700 yards, then has like 400 yards receiving on a year or something like that. That would be interesting to see as well. Auburn Dad for life, man. Still don't know exactly what that is, but we appreciate it. He's saying Robinson, okay.
Yeah.
King Richard saying a lot of 10 personnel and a lot of 0 personnel.
Yeah,
backfield, get ready. Get ready. Shout out to Bubba and the old man. Bubba, what's going on, man? He said it would be a running back by committee. No true number one, at least not to start the year. If I had to pick a back, best vision plus best pass protector. So who would that be, Bubba? Who do you think that is? Let us know who you think that is, Bubba.
Yeah.
Who you think best vision plus best pass protector? Which out of these 4 guys who are in the room currently, who do you think that is? Original Cookie Crumble said, I think we are stacked at running back. I'm looking at our offensive line. I think our offensive line is pretty decent.
Yeah, I think we'd be okay.
I think we'll be all right. There's Chaplin coming in. On the left tackle. I think he got.
Is it a verdict on Too Tall yet?
It seems that I think everything is going in the right direction with him. I think he's gonna end up back. I think he's gonna end up back at Auburn,
which is very interesting.
Yes, because now you have a situation with Mason Murphy at right tackle and him. So how do you work that out? Because I believe Mason Murphy only has 1 year of eligibility left. So
right.
How do you work that situation there? That's gonna be interesting to see.
Right. It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have, but for the individual themselves, it could be a little problem. I simply don't see Jeremiah improving at the level he needs to in terms of vision to be a lead back. He also struggles breaking tackles and is abysmal at pass protection. Okay, so you don't think Jeremiah Cobb is that guy of best vision, best pass protection? Okay, all right. I think Jeremiah Cobb is actually pretty good. I saw him play in high school. I think dude really decent. I think dude is like legit. I think he's legit. Now you got a point about the pass protection part. But everything else, I think he's legit.
I think he's electric with the ball in his hand now for sure.
Yes, he is.
At that size.
At that size, yeah. Auburn Dad for Life says you was right. It was 3 800-yard receivers. That's what he said.
Oh yeah. I can see that. Like I think that's the goal. 3 800-yard passes and then maybe 600-yard rusher, 200-yard rusher, somewhere around there is where you want to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it that I think you probably see a running back have like 700 yards rushing in the season and like 350 yards passing.
Yeah.
Because now I believe this offense is going to be tailored to what Hugh Freeze wants to do now that he got the quarterback, now that he has the receiving core, and now that the offensive line seems to be solidified. I think Hugh Freeze is going to do exactly what he wants to do on offense this year. So it'll be interesting to see.
And now that he's, don't kill me for saying this, but now that he's not handcuffed by Jarquez Hunter.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna start it. I got a question about that, so I'm gonna start it real quick.
Right.
I got a question about that particular question. My bad. I mean, he meant to say Damari would be that guy. Okay, cool.
Okay.
King Richard said Freeze has only had 3 1,000-yard backs in his college career. Wow. So since Arkansas State all the way up to now, he's only had 3. Man, and I'm guessing, and Jarquez Hunter was one of them. So okay. Oh, okay. So he's saying Austin gets 780. Cobb is about 675. Darrell is about 540. And Alvin Henderson 389. That's a specific number. 389 yards. He must saw into the future. That's an interesting number. 389.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So okay, to that question, Jarquez, he's not gonna be handcuffed to Jarquez Hunter. Do you think Auburn goes out from here on now in recruiting in their recruiting strategy? Does Auburn go out and recruit backs like Jarquez Hunter going forward now? Bell cow type backs that can carry the ball all three downs, or are we going to see more of a hybrid back coming into Auburn now in this stable of recruiting with what Hugh Freeze wants to do on offense?
Yeah, I think you see more of a hybrid back. I mean, you get whatever talent that you can get, right? So, like, if the top bell cow back in the country wants to come to your school, you're not going to turn him down. But I think like the players that you target gonna fit that system. Because I think a lot of what we saw this year and last year was inheriting a team whose best player doesn't fit what you want to do.
Yep.
So as much as we complained about how much he didn't run the ball and hand the ball to Jarquez last year, I think he probably did that more times than he would have liked himself. Like, I think he probably ran the ball more times than he would have liked. So I think that the running backs that you start to see are going to be more, like we said, pass pro, catch the ball out of the backfield, those type running backs. And not so much a running back like it's different with Jarquez because this is a running back that came in here who, if you don't give him the ball, you lose your job.
Yeah, very true.
You know what I mean? It's like, and everybody would call him stupid if you don't hit the ball to Jarquez. We do it anyway. So,
yep, exactly.
Yeah, so like I think that we'll see the running back by committee, and we'll see more running backs that don't require the ball 25, 30 times a game. I think it's gonna look very different from what a lot of Auburn fans are used to seeing.
So will Auburn lose its moniker as RBU?
I don't think so. The reason being is because I think he wants to spread the field. I think the key stat to look at is going to be yards to carry, yards per carry, yards after contact. I think he's going to put these running backs in positions to when they get the ball, they are running into empty boxes.
Yeah.
They're going to be right up on safeties as soon as they touch it. You're going to be at the second level right now. And that's going to lead to a lot of yards per carry, yards after contact. And they'll be able to show off, how dynamic they are. But I don't think, the days of lining up 4 yards at a time with a running back,
long gone.
He just doesn't want to do that. Like,
it's interesting you say that because I believe he was asked that question in a presser one time, and they asked him about, how do you feel about, rushing yards? He stated that he believes in more of the average yards per carry, like you just said. So basically, he thinks of it more of how many yards is this person averaging every time they get the ball is what I consider more effective than the actual total yardage in the running game. Which when I heard that, I said he kind of want to throw the ball a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like when I heard him say that, I can't remember what presser he said that in, but he definitely said that he thinks the average per rush is more important than the actual total yardage of rushing.
Yeah.
That's just paraphrasing what he said. It's not a direct quote. But yeah, when I heard, I was like, yeah, man, he wants to throw the ball around. He wants to be very Pac-12-ish in the SEC.
Yeah. Well, I just think that the RPO system, the way he wants to run it, it's easier for the quarterback when you can spread the field. When you have 4 dynamic receiving options on the field at the same time and you can spread the field, it's easier for the quarterback to make those decisions that honestly Peyton Thorne didn't make enough, right? The right decision. And when you can spread the field like that, you can, force a lot of different coverages. You can force the defense's hand a bit. And yeah, in terms of the run game, like I said, he's going to be running to a lot of light boxes.
Yeah.
And that's going to be to the advantage of, like, if you get Damari on the safeties right now, as soon as he touches the ball, he's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. He liable to run over him.
Right. And Jarquez would have been good in that role, but we just kind of somebody said in the chat about, like, just kind of handcuffed to this idea of 1,000-yard rusher and what that looks like. And I think a lot of what you saw that he put on the field was him coaching like that. You know what I mean? Just trying to appease that.
Well, seems like it might be a new day in Auburn. So
maybe
Auburn fans, I don't know if we'll see another 1,000-yard rusher. I won't say ever again, but it'll be a while, I think, in my personal opinion. That's what I think. Shout out to the king of the comments, Reveal, man. He said he doesn't like to run the football. There is no 1,000-yard rushing in our future. I think we all kind of come to that conclusion now. Right. Still saying, shout out to Auburn Dad, man. He said, still saying has been RBU if you don't get good running backs, the fans riot. That's but yeah, I see where you're coming from, but how much are they gonna listen to the fans though? I was just like, I get where you're coming from, but I'm just curious to know how much they gonna listen to the fans. Bubba said we just heavily pursued a guy like Osman Cromer. Alvin is also a bell cow. Don't let this. Yeah, no. I believe. You can't have 10,000 yards rushing in your high school career and not be a bell cow running back. Osman Cromer, he's about to figure out. He about to realize what a real bell cow running back is at Florida State with Justin outside.
Exactly.
For real. But I think like Ted said earlier, man, I think what we're about to start seeing is a lot more of, they say, tweener type guys, or you can say hybrid type running backs, guys that can split out and be, a slot receiver. I put it like this. I think you're going to start seeing more guys like Eric Singleton to play the running back position. A guy that can line up in the backfield and line up in the slot in this offense. It's interchangeable. And you don't have to get him off the field you don't have to get him off the field as much. And it's a threat. That's just what I see. That's what I see possibly happening going forward with this particular offense, man. King Richard said, man, the handcuff by Hunter is true. The article was written in 23 stating how he is now coaching at a school that is 1,000-yard that is 1,000-yard bias.
Right.
Okay. All right, man. Shout out to King Richard for that, man. Travell King of the comments said it would be hybrid backs to get a bell cow. It's not his thing. Yeah. I think we start seeing a lot of more guys. Yes, because Hugh loves to pass. He said he had to keep himself from passing against Kentucky. I'm telling you, man, in that second half, if that dude name escaped me, if that dude did not start 0 for 6, I promise you, Auburn would have been throwing the ball more in the second half, and Jarquez Turner probably would not have been 1,000-yard rusher this season.
Right.
Probably would not have been.
Right.
Shout out to Wade. Wade said, I'm late, but I'm here, man. Shout out to Wade, man. You here. That's all that matters, man. We appreciate you coming around, man. Around the water cooler, man. He said if he feels that way, he would have given Quez the ball more. Quez was averaging 5 yards per carry against Bama in the first half and only gave him 3 carries in the second half.
Right. So what's interesting about this? So here's what I've come to the conclusion of, and this is why I say a lot of what I say about how this offense is going to look, how I think it's going to look, because I know by no means I don't know, but I think that he really, like, Hugh Freeze is a true counterpuncher. As an offense, as a play caller, we complained about it, but like the defense dictates a lot of what we do on offense. And I think that it's easier for that to be successful when you can put multiple receiving threats on the field. You can put 4 solid receiving threats on the field. It's easier for the quarterback to see the reads. It's easier for you to counterpunch as an offense. So if they blitz off the slot, I got a hot read off the slot. Or if they drop 8, then I can hand the ball off. Like, it's easy to do that when you can spread the field. So, like, I think that we're going to have to get used to that. And a lot of what we saw was like offense with no intent, because I don't think he wants to have any intent. I think he just kind of wants it to be dictated by what you put on the field as a defense. So I think he's a true counterpuncher at heart at all offense. It's also why I think he's gonna call plays this year.
You think so? Okay, all right. So do you think Hugh Freeze takes over full control of play calling this year?
I think so. I think this roster looks like the roster that he wants. I think this is what he would want to call plays for. And I think that year 3, your job will be on the line.
Of course. Yeah. It's definitely gonna be on the line this season. He stated that he needed one more class. That's what he said.
Right.
He recently stated he needed one more recruiting class. So basically, he needs this 2026 class. He said once he gets this 2026 class in place, everything should be rolling. I hope that's not him trying to set up, a fall for the future. Like if something goes wrong,
Right.
I hope that's not what he's trying to do. But this is the thing, man. That's an interesting. Before I go with that, that's an interesting thought. So you think Hugh Freeze? Well, okay, he's dictated by what the defense does because he's counterpunching what the defense is giving to him.
I think mostly, especially in critical moments. If you look at the picks that we threw.
So
he's playing,
so he's playing defense on offense.
Yeah, so to speak.
Okay.
So to speak. And when you think about how the RPO works, it's kind of how it is. It's kind of the goal of it, right? It's for you to never be right as a defense. You can never be right. Because what we're going to put on the field is going to put you in a position to show your hand. And once the ball is snapped, we're going to just put the ball where you aren't. If you're not deep down the field, we're going to throw it deep down the field. If you have 8 in the box, if you don't have enough men in the box, we're going to run it. If you overload to the left, we're going to throw it to the right.
I never thought of it like that. I always thought and that is a very macro way of thinking about it. I've always thought about it in the micro of it, like I'm reading this one particular person, and whatever this particular person does is going to dictate what I do on this particular play. Like from the way it was taught, like the way I was always taught when you ran this type of offense, is you always count the box. If the numbers match in the box, you hand the ball off. If it doesn't, you throw it. You know what I'm saying? And then you read in this particular end. But I've never thought of it like that in a macro level of just saying looking at it from a secondary point of view. I never thought of it like that. That's actually
even the numbers game of what side of the field to go to. Like I think he plays that too, or at least is intentional in playing that. Just from what I saw this year, like there was a lot of times where Peyton made the right read to the wrong side of the field, if that makes sense. It's like where the numbers didn't support it.
I'm gonna tell you one of those plays. The Arkansas game, the interception. He made the right read, but he just didn't see a linebacker dropping back at the last minute in the lane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're saying now. I'm picking up now.
In order for this to work, you have to have talent everywhere, which is why he probably is always screaming, I need talent here. I need talent. I need talent.
Is that type of offense sustainable though?
It is if you got the talent to do it.
But will you always get the talent? That's the question. Like I
think that's his plan though. I think his plan is to just always get the talent
as possible.
Yeah.
But
you can't coach. Not at Auburn.
That's true. That's true. But here's my thing though. What about the years when the talent doesn't match what you want to do on the offensive side of the ball? Like now you have to scheme up and coach. Now, is that gonna be a problem? Will we let me say this. So if he gets this 2026 class right, all right, you got 2024, 2025, 2026. Right. So basically you're giving yourself a 3-year cushion per se. Now, after that 3-year cushion, let's just say the 27 class and 28 class doesn't pan out how you want it to pan out. And it's not as talented as those 3 classes. What happens in year this is year two, that was year 2. What happens in year 5, year 6 with Hugh Freeze? Now we've got accustomed to, oh, this offense is gonna do this, this, and this. Now
Right.
it's not as talented. And now we sitting here having the same conversation that we had the first 2 seasons with Hugh Freeze and his offense.
Yeah. I think that's very much so possible.
Wow.
As bad as I want to say it, but I think like he has shown that when he doesn't have faith in all parts of an offense, he'll just shut that part down.
Wow. Man.
Like it's kind of and it's I mean, I'm just saying what I saw like this year and last year. Last year he said he didn't have receivers. He didn't throw the ball at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This year he complained about, hey, I need to find a quarterback that can throw the ball around. Right.
And not throw the other receivers.
Not throw the other receivers. And then he comes and empties his quarterback room out. Start all the way back over fresh. Like if he does not have faith in that part of it, he'll just shut it down.
Instead of trying to coach it up to get it to where he wants it to get to.
Well, he's tasked with turning the program around quickly.
What? No, that's what he said. He said that. He said he comes in and he changes programs around quickly. He develops quarterbacks. That's what he said. He said that.
Yeah, I mean, he said that, but then like the nature of the business now is 3 years, right?
I agree. 3 to 4. I say 3
to 4 years. Yeah. So that's in a real sense, that's not a lot of time to turn the program around.
Yeah, if you think
about it, considering the holes that we had recruiting.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel what you're saying because Harsin didn't recruit at all, and I think Harson's a good coach, but he just didn't recruit. But it is what it is. Seahawks said, man, he wants speed enhanced. That's true. That's true. They said, don't let DC hear you say that, Wade. What about what you said earlier? JT, he said he back, man. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, JT, man. King Richard, man, gotta laugh. King Richard. Travell said counterpunching only works in boxing, not football. We will be playing from behind a lot if that is the case. And I actually agree with this. I agree with this statement right here. Because we playing defense on offense and we letting the defense dictate what we are to do, the defense is gonna always have upper hand on us.
Right.
Opinion.
It depends though.
All right. How does it depend? Explain it to me. Elaborate.
So if the defense says they come back and they said, like, you know what, Auburn, we don't want to let y'all run the ball today.
Okay.
I'm throwing the ball down the field to Cam Coleman, Perry Thompson, Malcolm Simmons, and Eric Singleton.
But what if you have a quarterback like Peyton Thorne that can't do it consistently?
We don't have Peyton Thorne anymore. We're going to trust in Hugh's evaluation of quarterbacks and say that our quarterback play is going to improve.
He did go out and get Peyton Thorne now. That's all I'm going to say. We evaluated Peyton Thorne.
Well, we're going to say that was a mistake.
All right. Okay.
We're trying to be hopeful here.
We're trying to be hopeful. That pass.
Right. We're trying to be hopeful here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Like he feels like he'll have the advantage then. And then if if I put these 4 receivers on the field and you decide you want to, drop 8 or play pass coverage, I feel like I'm handing the ball to Damari Austin, handing the ball to Jeremiah Cobb, handing the ball to Darrell Robinson, or I'm handing the ball to Mr. 10,000 yards. Either way it go, I have an advantage. He wants to play the advantage. He wants to play the numbers game. And I think that having a roster where you have talent at every spot on the field on offense, you can do that. You can do that. All your quarterback needs to do is make good decisions with the football.
All right. Okay. Ted, that makes sense, man, to me after what he saw this season about the playing defense, the counterpuncher.
That's what it looked like this year, though.
You're right. Sometimes your eyes don't lie to you. Whatever you see, it doesn't lie to you. I like that. JT said he has a big question. If Cam Coleman was in Jeremiah Smith's exact same position, would he have had better numbers than Jeremiah Smith had? So Jeremiah Smith is the wide receiver at Ohio State. And these are his numbers for the 2024 season so far. 63 receptions, 1,037 yards, 12 touchdowns, averaging about 16.5 yards per catch. If he was in that exact same position right now, would Cam Coleman numbers look better than that? He's 6'3", 215. They both freshmen.
I think it'd be similar.
I think it'll be similar as well too. I think they'll be
Yeah.
right around the same. I think it'll be right around the same.
Yeah. If you put Emeka on the other side of Cam,
Mm-hmm.
Cam gets a lot of one-on-ones, get the ball. Yeah, I think it'd be similar.
That's why I believe Eric Singleton is going to be really big this year for Cam Coleman.
Right.
Eric Singleton will be a really big. If Perry comes on, that's also going to be really big as well too. Because how you going to guard both of them? You can't double check both of them. You can't.
Right.
So it's going that right there, having another threat on the
Perry Thompson's development sends this offense through the roof.
Yes, it does. If he can get if he gets on the field and he balls out like we all expect him to, this offense could be electric for real. Like it could literally it could really be a top 10 offense, probably top 5.
Right. And we could be good without him now, don't get me wrong. But just being an outside threat.
I ask you this question. Is Perry Thompson the difference between Auburn being a playoff team or a national championship contender? His development this season.
A playoff team or a national championship contender.
Because you got teams that they could just be contending to get in the playoffs, and we all know that they won't make it far. But then you have teams that could possibly be that could actually win the national championship. Could Perry Thompson be that guy?
Perry Thompson development makes our offense extremely dangerous, I think. But the difference between us being a playoff team and a national championship team is play calling, situational football. It'll always be that. I can't put that on a player. It's got to be coaching. It's got to be. It's got to be because we were a few coaching decisions from being, in my opinion, 8-9 win team this year.
Okay. All right.
So I can't put it all on Perry.
But okay, having that option there, having that extra option on the outside
makes us dangerous.
Okay. All right. So Ted's preaching right now. Throw it where they ain't running, where they ain't the exact philosophy. Yeah, that's true, man. That is option of football. It's not counterpunch offense. Okay. Okay. All right. Auburn Def Life. Look, I don't care what we run as long as we win. All I want is win. Shout out to Auburn Def Life, man. You right, man. We all want the wins, man. We all want them. At Travail, the option offense is the counter is the counterpunch. Travail attacking the weakest point. Ooh.
Right.
Wasn't that also that pick six was in the Oklahoma game? Yeah, if I say Arkansas, I made a mistake. It was Oklahoma game. That's what it was. That's when you have to coach. You and me could have won 10 games this last season if we were coaching.
Exactly my point.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Counter it with the transfer portal. Okay. It's not attacking a weakness, Bubba. It's taking what is open at the moment. I kind of agree with Bubba on that particular.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride with Bubba.
So
all right.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
You go, Bubba, man. Nick twisting words now. How do you take if he isn't confident in that part of the offense, so he shuts it down to turn it into he don't want to develop nobody? Well, this is what I say about that. If you want to do something, if you want to do a particular thing in your offense, you teach your player how to do that particular thing in the offense. You find out what he's good at, and then you tailor it to that. But you also kind of got to put something in there that kind of appeases you as well. Now, don't try to force everything that you want to do on him. Take what he does that you want to do well, take what he does well and implement it some kind of way. And you still get best of both worlds. That's how I see it. But you still got to get development. We had a long chat and we had a long conversation today about development today in the chat. The word development is something I don't even want to. It's all right. It is what it is. Shut it down like he did in 2023 when Payne Dorn started running more second half of the season. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Trust Will Whitman evaluating quarterbacks, not Hughes. This is big. This is actually pretty significant because Hugh Freeze did go out and hire Will Whitman from LSU, I believe, to be the guy that actually does the evaluation of these players. So does that change how Auburn's roster and offense look going forward? Because now you have a guy that's dedicated and a staff that's dedicated to going out and finding these guys?
I think it could. But I don't think like. Well, let me ask you this. I'm gonna counter that with a question.
Go ahead.
Do you have more faith in the offense or the quarterback room?
Talking about this coming up season or just in general?
Like, do you have more faith in the system, in Hugh Freeze's system, or do you have more faith in the talent that we have?
Probably more. I probably have more faith in the talent.
Right.
So, I mean, because if I look at the system, I would say this: the system itself does well until you get into the red zone, and when you get in the red zone, you have trouble. Because we was looking at the stats today, and Auburn ranked dead last in red zone percentage at 78.05% in red zone score.
Right.
So I have more faith in the talent than I do the system itself. Now, can the system be tweaked? I agree with that. Can the system be tweaked to where the red zone, if we get 10% more in red zone efficiency, maybe I'll have more faith in it, possibly. But what does Auburn need to do? But see, there's also a problem here as well. When you start looking at this and you get in the red zone and the field becomes more compressed,
right?
Are you gonna throw the ball around like that? You're gonna have to be able to put running backs on the field to be able to be power backs getting the ball in the end zone. So that's my thought process on that as well too. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead.
Oh no. I was just asking you that for the real Will Redmond question. So yeah, you trust his evaluation because you have more faith in the room. Mm-hmm. All these quarterbacks got here because of him. You know, it's a completely new room. Mm-hmm. I would say. So yeah, I think you should see, you know, a difference with Redmond evaluating quarterbacks, but it's not going to make up for like the system and the play calling in situational moments. And like you said, in the red zone, what do we do in the red zone?
Gotcha.
That's an interesting question that we having about these running backs, because like one of these guys is going to have to be
exactly
that person.
Exactly.
I think we see a lot of quarterback runs this year too in the red zone.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's his. And not even his, but like most teams, when they spread the football and run this RPO-based offense, when they get in the red zone, you see a lot of quarterback runs. You see one or two things: quarterback runs or halfback passes out of the backfield to score touchdowns in the red zone. So I think we'll see a lot of that.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you what I think we see a lot of. I think we see a lot of more. I think we see once Auburn gets to like the 13, 14 yard line, I think you start seeing a lot more fades to the back pylon.
A lot of fades, yeah.
You start seeing a lot more fades to the back pylon. Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton, Horatio Fields. I think you're gonna start seeing a lot of that. And so another thing too, I know we talk about running backs, but this goes into the offense. If Jackson Arnold is able to place that football in a spot that is on the back pylon to where nobody can get it and only his guy can get it, Auburn should be able to score a lot of touchdowns in the red zone.
Right.
With the way this offense is going. But I still think there needs to be a power presence in the red zone as well when you need to run the ball. Because when you get on the 2-yard line, you got to be able to punch the ball in. You got to.
Right. For sure.
Oh, my bad. There's a question right here. What is the biggest need for the 2026 class? I would probably say linebacker and then probably offensive line. What you think?
I'm always gonna say O-line. And maybe running back. To be honest, maybe running back. We haven't had a deep running back class in a minute.
That's true.
It's been a while.
That is true.
After Damari, after Cobb.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. I think linebacker is gonna be dope, and I think you're seeing that. I think you're seeing that right now with Atkinson, who they're pushing for, 5-star guy. And there's another guy that I think it's teammates actually that they're pushing for to come to Auburn. So I think linebacker is gonna be a very heavy. Somebody that they're heavily gonna be looking for in the 26 class. If you play like Cam, national championship. Ooh, it's crazy, man. O-line, Bubba saying O-line as well. He said he agree with you, Bubba. Nick, check on Titan, see if he okay. He probably sitting around with the Bama hard hat on. Titan doing all right, man. We was over with him doing We was over there with him doing the game, man. Tight doing good, man. He is he okay, I'm gonna put it like this. He doing as well as he can. We'll put it like that. Tight doing as well as he can, man. Shout out to Tight. But yeah, man, Alabama got I don't know what was going on. Man, that was interesting to watch. That's all I'm gonna say. So basically, I saw something they said Alabama got beat by the same team twice in the same year.
Yeah, that's technically true. Yeah,
they lost to Michigan in January, and then they lost to Michigan again the last day of the year.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
JT said Hugh Freeze is unable to recruit and coach at the same time to the point it is hurting the Auburn team. Yeah, I've always been like. I said this. I said what maybe Hugh Freeze needs to go out and if he wants to do the CEO role, he just needs to go out and hire a primary play call on offense and just let them be the guys that actually come up with an offensive game plan, for the week and see what happens. But I don't know if that's something he wants to do. I think he likes having Kent Austin there. I think he likes having Derek Nix there because he can just pop in and out when he wants to, things like that. But go out and get a primary play caller, man. Do that, or you primarily call plays.
Yeah.
Hire a coach and let Hugh Freeze recruit. Okay,
you recruit.
King Richard said, I think Perry's downfall this past year was his senior season at Foley. He didn't play wide receiver. He was a quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. Just Herbert Cassie at the same. Just Herbert Cassie that came from Foley and played at Auburn during the Bounty years. Oh, okay. So you saying that because he played multiple positions in high school, his senior year, he wasn't that kind of derailed his development a little bit. Okay, I get where you're coming from. He said, I agree with Nick on this one. Get the best of both worlds. Yep. Will Redmond isn't evaluating QBs. On the field staff and internal scouting are. Redmond's job isn't evaluating. Well, here's the thing. Redmond is what is his official title? Is it general manager?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Like
I don't know what his official title is.
But the thing about is, I think his is more. I think is basically tailored towards the scouting department. So he's in charge of those guys that's going out and scouting the guys that they want to go get and things and stuff like that. So we're not saying if we are putting the notion forward that Will Redmond is the guy going out here and evaluating these guys. No, we agree with you there. He's not evaluating QBs, but he is very instrumental in getting those guys to come to Auburn. We'll say that.
True.
He will say that. JT said, man, Ted, you still on the plane, man. That's what he said.
We got unlimited frequent 5 miles, man.
Think Darrell would be a bruiser back in the red zone? I hope so. He got the size. So. He got the size for it, man. Size, man, and he got the experience in the collegiate level as well. I agree with Ted on the QB run in the red zone. That allows you to gain the extra blocker without going wildcat and losing the unpredictability.
Yeah.
A lot more quarterback running in the red zone.
And it allows you to go fast.
Okay.
So if you spreading the field to get down the field, once you get in the red zone, if you have the option of that QB run, you can still spread the field and run power because you get an extra blocker in the box when the QB runs the ball. And you can go fast without substitutions. That defense that'll be on the field to stop you when you full wide is not geared to stop an offense in the red zone in the power run. That's kind of the hope behind it.
Got you. Wait. Something just happened. I messed up. No, there we go. We good. Bubba Will is evaluating QBs and all portal gets like KLS and Jackson Arnold and Singleton. Yes, Kenyatta Watson is part of that as well too. He has a part in that as well.
A secret weapon.
Yeah, that's a secret weapon right there. For real. He know a lot of people. Okay, bet. Oh, he's talking about tight. Yeah, tight could. At Auburn Life, Bubba said he knows personally that the QB evals are heavy. Kent Austin and Jesse Stone will more so oversees the operation. Yeah, if you know it personally, I'm not gonna dispute that. That's what's happening for real. But I do know Will Redmond is involved in there some kind of way. He's involved in that as well too. He said it worked for Tim Tebow and Cam Newton. Jackson Arnold ain't Tim Tebow or Cam Newton though.
That's very true.
He ain't 6'5", 6'6", 250 pounds playing running back. What was Tebow about? 240? 6'3"? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson Arnold. We'll see though. JT said, I personally feel like Deuce should start next year. Am I crazy? Is he crazy?
No. I can see why you. I don't know about should start, but could start. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think he should start. I would love to see him red shirt. Just sit behind somebody and learn a little bit more. So we don't have to put a true freshman making true freshman mistakes on the field next year. But yeah, I could see him. Could he get a starting job out there? Absolutely.
Would you? Okay, I'll put it like this: with the notion being that this is a make or break season for Hugh Freeze, would you start a true freshman?
If he's amazing.
I think I said that last night. I said the only way that Deuce Knight actually gets to start or it becomes a real conversation is if he comes in the spring and he just balls out and he understands the base offense really, really well. He catches it really, really fast. He understands it, and then he just balls out to where the offensive staff is like, "Yo, should we?"
Yeah, the only pause that I have from that is we saw him tell us, man, I will always go back to this. Yeah. He told us that Holden Gardner was the better quarterback in the spring in the spring game in the scrimmages. Yet he named Peyton Thorne the starter. What was the excuse? Was it? He was having to say excuse to make him more comfortable.
The excuse was because Peyton Thorne
he was pressing. Yeah, he was pressing.
Yeah.
So if going by that, then Deuce has an uphill battle to get on the field this year.
Agree.
Even if he does play well in practice. So,
agree.
I don't know.
Hypothetically, didn't say he was. I just said that will work for them. Okay. All right. Oh, that's your point that he ain't them. Okay, I got you. I honestly hope Jackson Arnold problems last season were just all the problems that happened at Oklahoma. Yeah, so. Yeah, I believe it. I wholeheartedly believe that, and even the staff said that they thought that he was used incorrectly, at Oklahoma because even with him at Oklahoma, he didn't even have like his full bevy of receivers to throw to.
Yeah, they was hurt all year.
It was hurt all year. I don't even think he played one game with all starting 5 wide receivers each year. I mean, all year long. So with him having this talent around him now at Auburn, with what seems to be a system that fits his style more at Auburn, I honestly think, and if you want to, you can go back. Last week I did a show stating could Auburn be a top 10 offense, and I honestly believe that is a possibility.
Yeah,
I believe that's a possibility. Auburn could be a top 10 offense.
Jackson Arnold. I want people to. I'm gonna say this because I want people to remember like he's a Elite 11 MVP.
Yeah, and he's a 5-star plus guy, which means he was a 5-star across all platforms.
The reason I bring up the Elite 11 MVP is like the dude can spin it. Yeah. He can throw the ball. He can definitely throw the ball. And I hate that because when you talk to a Bama fan, that's all they bring up now. It's Elite 11 MVP. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing it. But if you look at the Elite 11 MVPs of recent with 707 becoming more popular as popular as it is right now.
Yeah.
Like to win an MVP at this stage in 707 Elite 11, you have to be able to throw the ball. This dude can throw the ball much better than he was able to display at Oklahoma. And that's what we're hoping that shows up at Auburn. Specifically in the red zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like I said, if he's able to do that, if he's able to complete north of 66% of his passes this year, if he's able to do that, Auburn should be a playoff contending team.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
He meant when he is a sophomore redshirt freshman. I would say this. It really depends on how Jackson Arnold performs this year. And if Auburn's a top 10 offense this year, there's a possibility that Jackson Arnold could not be back at Auburn.
Yeah.
He possibly just heads onto the NFL. If he has a very elite year this year. If Jackson Arnold has an elite year this year, he possibly could leave after this season, and then we'll get all of us to get our wish. Deuce night.
What's an elite year for Jackson Arnold?
Elite year for Jackson Arnold. Elite. I'm gonna go this. This is an elite year for Jackson Arnold for me. 3,600 yards.
Okay.
North of 28 touchdowns.
Okay.
Less than 7 interceptions.
So
completion percentage north of 60. I just even out. North of 65% completion.
So we talking like Cade Klubnik level.
Roughly.
Right. I can see that. I can see a path to that, actually.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you tell me at the end of the year that Jackson Arnold had 3,600 yards passing, 28 plus touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and he was completing 65% of his passes, I would tell you Auburn won 10 games.
Okay.
I would tell you that. And then you would tell me what actually happened.
Right.
But I believe if he does that, I honestly believe if he does that, I think his touchdowns have to be north of 30 in order for him to be a Heisman Trophy consideration. But 3,600 yards, 28 passing touchdowns, 7 or less interceptions, 66% completion. It got to be Heisman worthy right there.
Yeah, you said 3,600 yards. What's the single season record for Auburn? That's got to be in that territory somewhere.
Single season record for Auburn. Let me look it up real quick.
As a passer, have we had a 4,000 yard passer?
I don't think we've had a 4,000 yard passer. I'm gonna be honest with you because I think Stan White is the all time leading passer, and I think he's at like 8,000. Hold up, let me see. All time.
I mean, single season, wasn't it?
Single season. My bad. Single season passing yard record. Auburn.
Maybe what, Stidham? Did he break it?
That'd be interesting. Damian Craig.
How many was it?
97. 3,277 yards.
All right. So what you're saying is in 10 games, a good Jackson Arnold is
elite Jackson Arnold.
Jackson Arnold is the all-time leading passing leader in Auburn history.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. You got to look at it like that, though. But think about this.
I get it.
If you look at the Heisman Trophy winners, I believe Shador should have been in that. Shador had almost 4,000 yards passing this year. Dylan Gabriel had 3,650 this year, 30 plus touchdowns.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's considered elite. You know, so I'm saying if elite level numbers for Jackson Arnold would be that.
And if he does that next year, if he's the all-time leading passer in Auburn history next year, he's going
Auburn
to
win 10 games.
Auburn should win 10 games.
Auburn should win 10 games. Do you agree with that or you disagree? Which one?
I agree with it. I don't even think that the bar is that. I think
you think 3,000 yards.
I think 2,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions with better situational management would get us 10 games. That's what I think.
All right. So when I say elite, okay, let me make sure I get it right. So when I say elite, maybe I need to up what he did. So if I'm saying 3,600 yards, 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 65% completion, then I'm saying Auburn is national championship contenders. Then maybe I should say that. We'll go there then. We'll go there. But to win 10 games, 3,000 yards. We'll go there.
3,000 yards. Yeah.
I'm telling you. All right. Then he should be a baller with his talent. Yeah, he should be.
Yeah. He's got arm talent, man.
Oh, yeah, he does. He said, now these are elite numbers realistically. Wow. So JT with me, man. From that, it seems like he with me.
That is true. I mean, those are elite numbers.
So we'll see. Travell said 3,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing, 25 passing touchdowns, 15 rushing TDs is a Heisman Trophy.
Mm. I don't think he's gonna get to 1,000 rushing.
I don't think that. I don't see that one either. The 25 passing touchdowns. Yeah. I think the rushing TDs. I think he's probably right at 9, maybe.
Yeah, 9, 10.
Yeah,
He'll get the opportunities.
Yeah, he'll get that, but I don't. 15 is a big number. That's a big number. That's what was Cam 30 and 20? He was 30 passing, 20 rushing.
Yeah, something like that. Yep, 30 and 20.
Ooh, I think it was like 2,800 yards passing, 1,400 yards rushing that season, something like that. If he does that, game on, baby. Yeah, you right, man. You right. Yeah, Damian Craig was the highest. Shout out to Damian Craig. He said that's his favorite Auburn quarterback of all time.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. Hey, we know it's with a Y. All right. Tez, man, it's a fun show, man. Appreciate you coming on tonight, man. Thank you so much, man. Where can they find you at, Tez?
Man, same place. Photo Imagery at Photo Imagery on all platforms, or my website www.photoimagery.com. Or you can find me every Tuesday, Sharpshooters Podcast, on there, chopping it up with B Sharp and the rest of the gang. Yeah. Just look for me. I'll be there.
Yes,
or
sir.
you find me in the comments section somewhere.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I got a question for the chat, man. Would y'all be interested in a call-in show? If you would be interested in a call-in show, let me know so I can go ahead and get that set up soon. Let me know on my Twitter page. This is the best way to do it. If you're on Twitter, hit me up on Twitter at CoolSpot23 as well, and let me know if you would be interested in possibly doing a call-in show and things and stuff like that. Hey, man, Ken Richards said, Taze, he can't wait to meet you at the Senior Bowl, bro.
Facts, man. Hey, I'm still working on the details. If I was trying to see if I'll be able to make it, man. But yeah, definitely. If I'm down there and y'all see me, indeed. Yeah, holla at me.
Yes. Okay, so Travell said yes for sure. Okay, cool. So if y'all are interested, yes, call-in show is a great idea. I ain't got Twitter though. Okay, cool. So we got 2 people that said that. So if y'all are interested in a call-in show, like I said, I'm doing we doing daily shows Monday through Friday. I'm thinking about making one day per week a call-in show. So we'll get those details ironed out and we'll try to get that going soon. So if y'all are interested, just let us know, man. We'll make it happen. But yeah, man, before we get up out of here, man, make sure you follow us on Twitter at CoolerSpot23. Follow us on Instagram at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow on Facebook and at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. And of course, here on YouTube, subscribe, like, and share this video and hit the notification bell. So you know when we post more videos and go live, man. We appreciate y'all again so much for helping us get to 500 subscribers. Now we're on our way to try to make it to 600 and eventually 1,000. But keep rocking with us, man. We are trying to keep bringing you as much quality content as we possibly can, with the most accurate information as we can, man. And we appreciate y'all so much. Yes, are they saying yes? Call-in show. Yes, to the call-in show, man. Yes, Ken Richards. Yes, shout out to y'all, man. Happy New Year's to everybody. Everybody be safe tonight, man.
Be safe.
Drink, don't drive. Call your most closest person that you believe that can get you home safe.
Thanks.
But
I got a special message about New Year's too. I just want to tell you.
Okay.
Tell everybody out there, man. Go ahead and pop all your fireworks tonight. Right? And to the little dudes that stay up the street, if y'all listening, stop saving fireworks and letting off 10 every day after New Year's. I'm tired of it. Just fire them all up tonight and get it over with. They
popping fireworks right now outside my window right here. They popping fireworks right now. They was popping them the whole show. I don't know if y'all heard it, but they are popping it right now outside my window, man. And I was like, man, I know
it'd be like February. They still letting them off. I'm like, are y'all rationing them out? Like, what are we doing?
Or the people that get the gun and they just go and just shoot the gun straight up in the air for New Year's. I'd be like, bro, come on.
What are we doing?
Like, that's dangerous, man. Like that was 10 years ago. Come on, man. Let's not. Yeah. But yeah, please be safe, man. And have fun, but be safe. Have fun and be safe, ladies and gentlemen. As always, man, Water Cooler Talk Podcast. We will see you tomorrow with our show on Wednesday, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. We'll be back. So we'll see y'all, man. We appreciate you so much, man. And as always, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one, man. Y'all be blessed. And as always, one love. And we out this mug. Holla.
Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you know when we post more videos and go live.